Thank you. Thank you for joining us for this session. I'm Prashant Agrawal. I am the CEO and founder of Impact Analytics. I'm also an adjunct professor at Columbia Business School where I teach AI and advanced analytics in retail. I'm going to take just 3 minutes before Brie comes on stage to talk about 3 trends that are shaping our industry over the next few years. One is clearly AI, but I'm going to wait for that till the third topic. The first is GLP-1. If you actually look at things that are going to change the world and change retail, GLP-1, which is the weight loss drugs, is a pretty big factor. Now, we had slides, and we're going to go slideless. So I'm going to ask you to imagine the Taylor Swift of slides up here. It's beautiful. So what you'll see on that slide is GLP-1 drugs have been around for the last few years. In New York City, we've actually used it more than other places. It actually costs a lot of money to use these drugs. And what you can see in New York City specifically is our size curves shifting to the left. People are losing weight. They're losing weight and the size curves are shifting. That is something that is going to happen across the US over the next 5 years. We expect at least 10 to 15% of the population to take these drugs. And what that means is the size curves are going to shift left. We said that the Wall Street Journal picked that up and put it on the front cover. Literally 2 months later, the secondhand retailers went with a report that said they're actually seeing more double XL and XL clothes come to them as secondhand. So the stuff is happening now. The second trend that I'll talk about, we've got GLP-1. The second one is tariffs, right? It is going to happen in 25, whether you like it or not. Tariff mitigation is something that we all have to be thinking about. What do we do in terms of pricing and our vendor? And that is something that machine learning and AI can help with in terms of understanding the elasticity of pricing of our goods. The third trend, AI. Now, I don't know how many of you have seen or know, who knows who Nate Braganza is? Okay, not that many people, but he's one of the most famous comedians, not in this room, but he's one of the most famous comedians that there is. Netflix paid him $100 million or so to do comedy specials. And he had one that came out in December. And I mention it because he had a piece on people born in the 1900s versus the 2000s. So I would think most of us are born in the 1900s. Is anybody born in the 2000s here? We have one young woman, a couple of young women up front. If you look at it and you think about it, if you were born in the 60s, whether you were born in 61 or 69, you think people from the 50s are old. If you were born in 71 or 79, you think people from the 60s are old. Every one of those people that are born in the 2000s is going to think that we're old. We were born in an older century. And I mention that because he talks about wake-up calls. He talks about wake-up calls and his interns never having used or seen it get very excited, and he has a whole bit about it. But the technology that is coming, and the technology that people are using that are born in the 2000s, at school, at college, and at business school where I am, is very different. They are used to a different set of technology that we have to adopt to and make sure that we keep up with in retail. That is what our systems do. We're a unified supply chain and merchandising platform using AI to help planning, assort, inventory, and pricing. You can come meet us in booth 5167. I'll stave more of that off for that, but I think that that is a big, big change that is coming over the next 5 years. It is my pleasure to welcome Brie Olson to the stage. She is the dynamic CEO of PacSun. PacSun is one of the hottest brands that there is today. She is a graduate of Harvard Business School. Please join me in welcoming Brie Olson to the stage. Thank you for joining. AI does not help you. Thank you for joining me up here. It's such a pleasure to share the stage with someone who has such a enormous passion for data analytics, AI, and leveraging technology to drive stronger business outcomes. We're very excited to work together. Let's start by telling the audience a bit more about PacSun. Obviously, an iconic brand that all of us know. Tell us about your journey as CEO and how you're approaching technology and AI.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure to share the stage with you. I have been at PacSun for the last 18 years, and so I have spent really the last 2 decades transforming the organization to be a purpose-driven brand. And what do I mean by that? A few years ago, our brand at the cornerstone was really about curating the next set of amazing brands and forecasting trends, and that still is an integral part of what we do. But our true purpose and our true mission is to inspire the next generation of youth. And that shift has been absolutely integral in terms of all of our decision making, how we determine what's important to us as an organization, and has really led to phenomenal results the last 24 months.
Great. It's clear that this is a really exciting time at PacSun. Can you tell us a little bit more about growing your store footprint?
Yeah, we are in an amazing trajectory of growth at the company right now. And I say that very humbly, as I know retail can be a very challenging space. We have a very strong brand affinity, and we have seen our customer continue to vote for PacSun. We're looking at growth across all of our channels and also as it relates to international. So we will be opening 15 to 20 stores domestically this year. We'll open another 25 next year and hopefully another 35 the year after that. So looking at some real expansion in terms of physical footprint as it relates to PacSun in the US. And then when you look at the international markets, we're very proud to announce that we will be opening in the Middle East. And UAE is an important area of growth for our organization and our brand going forward. I think one of the things I'd also like to spend a moment on is the importance of social commerce. Social commerce, in particular video selling, what we've seen be a tremendous success in China and in Asia over the last decade on Douyin is something that is starting to slowly translate to the US market. And so we do operate in China on Douyin predominantly right now and have seen really great results. And we have been a part of TikTok Shop and YouTube Shopping over the last 18 to 24 months and have seen just amazing engagement from the consumer. And so I think when you think about what are the important channels for the consumer go forward, I'm very excited about the growth from a physical mall standpoint, equally excited about continued growth from a digital standpoint, but most excited about social commerce and video selling.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you have seen PacSun and how they use social commerce. They're leaps and bounds ahead of most retailers in the US. Um, Tell us a little bit more about how you're pulling together the international and digital businesses together with your social commerce strategy. Or,
You know, I have an incredible team at PacSun, some who are in the audience now. Shirley is our CTIO, sitting in the front row. Our leadership team has really helped to shepherd a lot of our key initiatives from our long-range plan. And on our long-range plan set 3 years ago, international social commerce were at the top. And so it's been a very collaborative process of working with TikTok itself as a brand to set up TikTok Shop. We were in the alpha and beta stages with them. I think we were the second brand to live stream on TikTok Shop. And over the holidays this past year, we sold 60,000 pairs of jeans in a 4-day span on TikTok Shopping through an open creator platform. So these are not creators who have hundreds of thousands of followers. These are creators who have 5,000, 7,000 followers. And with the benefit of the algorithm, and I think the strong affinity for authenticity and storytelling, it's been really exponential to see the type of progress that we've made across that platform.
it's incredible. All of these points draw together a huge amount of data, boundless possibilities. We're very excited at Impact to work with PacSun to modernize your retail planning process. What are the other objectives that you're excited to accomplish with the partnership?
Yeah, thank you so much. The partnership is incredibly key to our future state. As I spoke to, we're looking at 3 years of very exciting growth, and we can't do it without innovation, technology, and data. And so we're very proud to be partners with Impact Analytics. It was a very lengthy RFP process that Shirley, our CTIO, led. We met with over 10 different, very established and successful partners. And it was a difficult process, but it was very clear in the end that Impact Analytics has depth in terms of learning, curiosity, constant innovation. And the number one piece that both myself and Shirley were looking for in vetting a partner that was going to be on the forefront of our growth through data and AI was finding a lifelong learner partner. And that's exactly what Impact Analytics is. And so we look forward to arming our internal teams with better, more efficient ways to process data, ways like Monday Smart to be able to synthesize what would have taken 4, 5, 6 hours of meetings and shuffling through lots of financial reports into a succinct AI-powered dashboard. And so much more in terms of inventory management, merchandising assortment. It's really just the beginning of what I think will be a very fruitful partnership.
Thank you. I'm just going to take a second and call out two people here. One is Melanie Casanelli, our Chief Customer Officer, and then Shirley Gao. They'll both be here at the end. They're two of the smartest and best people. Bree's very fortunate to work with Shirley and me with Melanie, and now both of us with both of them. Can you share a bit more about the process you went through as you looked at partners in AI and innovation?
Yeah, so it was a 6-month process vetted through Shirley and also a cross-functional team of leadership because this type of project touches all areas of the organization. And so I think one of the things that's very unique about Shirley's approach to AI innovation and technology is ensuring that it is seamless, that it's a shared decision with all of the business leads across the organization. And so it was a very collaborative decision. I actually allowed the team to choose the partner themselves. And so I think that was also very exciting. I have full trust in the team. And I know that we're going to have a very exciting chapter of growth powered through Impact Analytics, AI, and data based off of those decisions.
I'll just say one other thing. Shirley did run an incredible process, and hopefully everybody does the same thing that Shirley and Brie did, which is choose us. One of the things that they did do is bring in all of their partners, had everybody within the company talk to us, talk to the other vendors. As you guys go out and potentially look at things, I think Shirley's process was just incredible, detailed 6 months process. This has been a fantastic session. And at the end of the day, when thinking about an AI strategy, it all comes down to the benefits that are there. Can you speak a little bit more about the benefits?
Yeah, of course. I think from an AI perspective, we have formed an internal PacSun AI Council that is led by our CTIO, but has all of our leadership team a part of it, integrated in, meeting on a weekly basis. It's an 18-month plan. Really, 12 months from an AI perspective is just too short to accomplish anything. And I'm very proud of our progress across all fronts throughout the organization in terms of how we're exploring and discovering AI, whether it's through personalization, whether it's through merchandising, planning and assortment. The one area that I would say PacSun has been more hesitant to participate in as it relates to AI are things that touch the creative. Particular in terms of product design, where there's some results that can yield kind of a sea of sameness and kind of the dupes, some of those issues that you're hearing about so frequently today. And so that's been an area that has been more protected. We know that there is opportunity and a lot of opportunity for training an AI model to be more specific to PacSun, but that's been something that we haven't touched on yet. And also as it relates to brand marketing, using it in some aspects and being more thoughtful and more hesitant in others.
That makes a ton of sense. This has been a fantastic session. I know you have to leave a little bit early, and you're not able to answer questions here, but we are in booth 5167. Melanie and I are here to take any questions that you may have right now, but Brie does unfortunately have to run to another session right now. Thank you so much for the time here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks.